All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys the latest breaking news in the beginning of this video. That way, if you only want to watch the first few minutes, you'll get the latest. And then after that, I'll go into what's been going on the past couple days on Discord and in Safuu, and probably even touch on Vulcan a little bit. But just bring you guys the latest breaking, because I know you guys come here for the latest, not the old news that happened like 12 hours ago. Because we all know what happened 12 hours ago already. No, I'll catch you guys up on that stuff too. So, Safuu is at 22 cents, technically 0.224 cents. It has been steadily going down to much people's misery. I know a lot of people are stressed about it. $38,000 worth of volume today. All right. And why is it showing that? Yeah. All right. Oops. I'm used to using my Apple phone now, so now when I go back to my Android, it's like all weird. There's a back button on this Android. I used to think that was the greatest thing in the world. All right, going to the Safuu main chat, and I'm going to swipe left because that is the only way to find out how everything is going, because the Safuu app just took a giant dump a little while ago. So the fire pit is at 71.51%, so that's cool. SIF is $131,000, price 0.225. So, our liquidity is catching up to our market cap. That's pretty funny. How many cryptos can say that their liquidity and market cap are almost the same thing? Circulating supply 17,555,000. So cool. And so, all right. Now I'm going to read to you some stuff, what's been going on lately. I posted that Elliot is shooting everybody's ideas down like Rambo. Let's see, Huskminer, he was saying, I would never vote for using SIF all at once. And Elliot says, well, same thing, nothing will change. You are going to be burning the money at such a pace that it's not going to be seen noticeable at all. A lot of people have been saying in the Safuu Discord, like, when are we going to use a SIF? When SIF? When are we going to use a SIF? For buyback and burns, mostly for buyback and burns. And Elliot just keeps telling them all, even if we used it all, I'll tell you what he's saying. Huskminer says to that, he says, I disagree. People are not investing because everything keeps changing and everything is undecided. I'm not investing either. I'm with you, Huskminer. I agree with you, buddy. I agree. Someone says to Elliot, so what ideas do we currently have for building utility? Elliot responds, the council will share all of them at once later. The best ones that community came up with so far are invest into vol, buyback and burn. Other ones I heard are not very realistic. Another one is CEX listing, but for that we would need 100 to 150,000 minimum. So that's, yeah, I agree with him actually, that the two best ideas are invest in vol and then buyback and burn. There's a lot of other ideas that Lucky gave, which I'll tell you guys in this video, because Lucky was talking a lot lately, and I screenshotted all of it, literally all of it. And then I was talking to Lucky personally, and he shared some other stuff with me. Someone asked about the race team, and Elliot said that is part of Vulcan now. Safuu doesn't have close to enough funds for racing. So... and then I actually asked Elliot something, because he said, let me see, where's my, So Elliot told somebody about, you know, how using the entire SIF to buy back and burn right now would be a total waste of money because it would move the price up like 2 cents, and then people would like be excited for about 3 minutes, and then the excitement would fade away, and that would be that. So he's saying that, you know, using the SIF all at once for a buyback and burn is just a complete waste of money. So he's saying that we need to be a lot more strategic with the SIF. And I told him, I said, but the supply will have gone down, and that's what was creating excitement. When people were seeing these burns on a regular basis and seeing the supply going down on a regular basis, even if it was kind of slow, it was still keeping that momentum of excitement going. And Elliot responded to me, at this rate of burn, that's a future far away. 10 years in crypto is a lifetime. We need utilities to bring in volume. If we just burn without utilities, we will have to wait 10 years for supply to lower at same rate. Announcement, come back in 10 years when supply is under 1 million, LOL. And I responded to him, I said, listen, I understand you dismissing my simpleton thinking, but maybe, just maybe, if burns start happening regularly again, even slowly at first, it'll become apparent to whales that, hey, burns are happening again regularly, and they'll jump back in and voila, volume. Now, granted, maybe that's not accurate because the only whale that we all know of is Brian, and he left, and he'll come back when he wants to, and you know, at a time, Brian will come back at a time when it does not take away from Vulcan. Whether you guys like it or not, Brian is still in control of Safuu and still in control of Safuu's success or failure, and he will decide when it starts succeeding again. Like there's this illusion of control that we have with the council, but guys, Brian is still in control of everything. He will decide when it starts pumping again. He will decide when we start burning again. He will decide when we have money again. It's all in Brian's control. And granted, Brian is the smartest, most capable person, so maybe that's not a bad thing. But thinking that the council is going to be in control is an illusion. Anyways, not to get anybody down. I think Brian is the most capable person to be in charge of Safuu, so he's actually the best person to be in charge of it. But just know that he's operating on a level that is above ours, and all this, like, he even said that he had created some of the FUD for Safuu, but the thing is, at the time, like, we were all, you know, we were all supporting him and fighting against the FUD and everything. The thing is that FUD created a lot of attention for Safuu. I'm highly distracted right now, by the way, just so you know. My dog did not eat his dinner, which is highly unusual for him. But I'll check on him later. So anyways, this is, like, right now Brian is allowing Safuu to kind of fester and kind of slowly diminish. It's not going to die. He's not going to let it die, but he's letting it slowly go down in price right now, and when he's good and ready, he'll start pumping it again. Anyways, Elliot is responding to someone. I don't know what they said exactly, but he's responding. He says, there's no urgency for rapid movement of funds anyways. Please realize how insignificant $100,000 is in terms of buyback and burn. We will raise the price by 2 cents with 100,000 and 1 cent with 50,000. If you ask me, it's a 100% waste of funds. It would be something to do only if you want this project not to have any additional utility and not to think of any possible utilities we can bring to it. So, let's get to some Lucky Charms, because I think we've all had enough of Elliot. Not that Elliot's a bad dude. Not that he's a bad dude. I think there's maybe kind of a hive mind going on that Elliot is part of. So, it's just, Elliot's not a bad dude. We like Elliot. He puts a lot of effort into Safuu, and he's the one organizing the council and everything. It's just he's not giving us the answers we want to hear right now, because Brian doesn't want those answers to be happening right now. That's what it comes down to. All right, Lucky Charms put out a new list of ideas. So I'm going to read that to you guys now. And hold on, let me take this food bowl because the cat is eating out of it. It is not yours. That is for Roscoe. I don't even know where to put this. Where do I put this so you can't eat it? It's going on top of the water bowl. Anyways, this is Lucky Charms. He gave us some ideas that he had. And anytime Lucky Charms talks, we need to listen because he's incredibly smart and very encouraging. So he says, 1.1, use SIF to invest in Ethereum Bonanza. Ethereum extravaganza, actually. We will have one large community bag that will be held as a proof of reserve, as well as we take the 1% flex and the rebasis and swap back to burn via Safuu swap a bridge. Point 2, we use a portion of Vulcan once price grows to 100 to 300 plus. That's being conservative in my opinion. And sell a portion to invest in more reward projects or new projects on the chain. Then we take the earnings and burn them. Point 3, we get listed on CEX. Coinbase is free, and without Brian's reputation, they'd be more than willing to cooperate with us and list us no problem. We also list on others like Kraken, Paxos, etc. That'd be pretty awesome. Point 4, you'll notice Elliot has already shot down at least one of these points. He shot down the idea of a CEX. Lucky Charms just said that Coinbase is free to list on. So this whole $100,000 to $150,000 cost that Elliot mentioned, who are you going to trust, Elliot or Lucky? I'm going with Lucky on that one. Point 4, we reach out to Visa and MasterCard. They both have programs right now begging for upcoming store of value cryptos like Safuu to invest in and offer reward fiat cards. That's another idea that Elliot shot down. Point 5, we use community to free market and advertise pre-made tweets with links guiding people to our website to learn and buy. Point 6, we create a stable token to pair with Safuu once we've achieved higher value to use towards gamification with zero taxes that's swappable to other tokens on the Vulcan chain for a 1% fee back to burn. Just to name a few ideas. And guess which one of those 6 ideas Elliot was okay with? He was okay with buying the vol, and then he said the idea at point 6 was good, a stable coin. So, this is Lucky Charms and Vulcanator talking. Vulcanator actually mentioned at one point that he was waiting for my video to come out. So, Vulcanator, I'm going to mention you a few times because you had some really good stuff you were saying. So Lucky Charms writes, actually we all know Elliot long-term gave him to do it daily. He's literally the head mod of the server. I don't know what he was responding to there. Vulcanator says, I'm holding a pretty good sized bag of Vulcan and Safuu. Don't really interact much, but curious. Ultimately, I understand the roadmap utility of Vulcan. That's obvious. Why would more investors come into Safuu? What is its purpose now? Are we waiting on the council to decide this? And Lucky Charms responding to Vulcanator, he says, Safuu with low supply will be an explosion in value. It's designed now to act like Bitcoin as a store of value with low supply, and a bit of volume price will propel. Husk Miner says, that's a big part of your whole plan. You probably need to have that figured out before, I don't have the rest of it. And Lucky Charms responds, oh, it's because Husk Miner was saying who's going to click the claim button to get the flex for the Vulcan we invest in. And Lucky Charm says, simple, one wallet. We have one wallet for SIF, one wallet, 2 council members, multi-sig to be able to do it day and night. So just have 1 or 2 people from the council in charge of clicking the claim button. Which according to Daniel Prado, you only need to click it once a day and you'll get the whole, flex for the whole day. And we don't know how it's going to work out exactly, but all right, let's see. Then someone asks Lucky Charms, where can I see your proposal? And Lucky Charms responds, I see we have council established. I think it would be wise to use SIF money before it's too late to buy Ethereum and take advantage of the Ethereum bonanza, Ethereum extravaganza, and last 2 days of the high APY for Vulcan. My logic here is simple. It's funny that we're being delayed so much that we might not even be able to get into the Ethereum extravaganza. Sif by a Vulcan now will give the community a very large bag. This will then be used daily to add 1% flex, and whatever rebases for that day as well be sent directly to Bridge, swapped, and then burned. This will give us a daily continuous burn no matter if we have volume or not. Very wise to do this, but we must act now. Also, as Vulcan goes up in value, it will give the community a cash reserve to expand upon. We all know Vulcan will go up. We must invest now for the future of Safuu. Please take this proposal seriously and act swiftly to make it happen. Yeah, buddy. That was Lucky Charms. This is more Lucky Charm stuff. He says, just remember that, friends. In fact, as a community, we should only invest SIF into projects that reward, that we can siphon back as income and burns for Safuu. And then Cappy does the math on how much we would get in vol. He says Ethereum sacrifice would yield us in the neighborhood of 16,600 vol if the bonus goes to 50%. Pretty tidy little bag there. Lucky Charms responds, yes, my friend, and that's why I see it as a golden goose for Safuu. Daily burns, 1% plus fixed flex, plus a proof of reserve. Cappy says something to Lucky Charms, and Lucky Charms says, thanks for grounding me, brother. My hellfire comes from a place of passion. I see golden opportunities to give us as a community a lifeline of passive burning with 0 volume daily, and want to make sure people are aware. We could literally have 0 volume and burn daily with my proposal. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. So Bobtail says, so 9 more days to seat council. Council vote to change vote to 4 days. Does that take the 14 days? There's a lot of delaying going on. Lucky Charms responds, this is all a stall tactic. Brian has no control over Safuu. We voted. We know who the council will be. We need to take action. It's almost as if he doesn't want us to control Vulcan's power. We could have had 20 days of rebasing Vulcan with Sif, but Brian stalled us with a long vote to seat council. I vote for emergency meeting. No more shielding Brian's power over Safuu. Council controls it now. He gets his 25%. So, does Brian control Safuu or doesn't he? Dun dun dun. We don't actually know. I think we do know, but anyways. So Vespa Vulcan says, love this idea. Seems like no-brainer. Could use flexes to buy and burn. Lucky Charms responds, it's the best option to start. It's truly a no-brainer, and if Vulcan takes off, we can vote to cash it out and burn and use for funding of Safuu. That was another idea that Bullet had, I think. It was either Bullet or Phaeton. They were saying that we need to invest in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going to, likely quadruple or more in the bull run, and when it does that, we can sell it for Safuu, and he was saying we could get the supply under 1 million in one shot if we just keep investing in Bitcoin with the SIF and then just sell it when it explodes in price. Lucky Charms here saying we control Safuu, not Brian. Demand Elliot to have an emergency meeting. I hope he's right about that. Maybe I'm totally wrong that Brian is still in control. I mean, Lucky is a smart guy, so. Bobtail says, why not do it at the community level? Each Safuu holder individually by vol hold it. Huskminer says, we already are. Bobtail says, Lucky Charms responding to Bobtail, the SIF right now could be one large bag that we swap the 1% flex plus rebase daily back to burn. No matter what volume we have in Safuu, it would be a continuous daily burn for us, plus an asset to build value to fund community. It's truly a no-brainer. Huskminer says, wasting your breath, bro. Lucky Charm says, who came up with 14 days? That sounds like sabotage. And so Huskminer says, it will take 14 days. And Lucky Charm says, too long, we won't get Vulcan. And then Huskminer says, that's what we have to work with. And so there's a delay going on for some reason. Lucky Charms writes, we need to act on this revenue stream before we don't have the chance to. This will give the community a solid daily burn no matter if people are buying or selling. And guys, I apologize if some of this is out of order. I took a ton of screenshots this morning, and I have not had time to I just posted them on Twitter, so they might be a little bit out of order. So Alpha Capital says we need to diversify our risks with the SIF. Lucky Charm says this would just be for the SIF accumulated now. It's the wisest option at the moment. We can build more later, but this ensures a 1% daily. The blockchain is concrete. It's not going anywhere. Lucky Charm is saying we need to use the SIF now to do the extreme Ethereum extravaganza. And then with SIF funds later, we can come up with other stuff. Okay, I already posted that twice. So one of the ideas that Elliot shot down was the Visa card. I have that somewhere. But anyways, Lucky Charms sent me a link, and it's to set up a crypto business with Visa. It's like there's a link there that's, one click. And Lucky Charms writes to me, doesn't take much to reach out to them, LOL. It's truly not rocket science. Then he says, LOL, Google how to set up my crypto business with Visa. So hard, right? Visa and this Lucky Charm still writing to me. He says Visa and MasterCard are fighting for the volume crypto has to offer. I think Elliot is. Anyways, I won't read that to you. You could look at it on my Twitter if you want. And then I was talking to somebody, and they asked me to post Lucky Charms' 6 points, which I did. And Daz, who's on the council, said I posted it in council's chat. So Daz is on our side, just so you know. He's a good dude. I like Daz, because Elliot was shooting down a lot of Lucky. It's not even that Elliot was shooting down Lucky's ideas. He was ignoring Lucky for the most part, which is weird to me, because Lucky has a ton of good ideas. Like, any council member that is crapping on Lucky is highly suspect in my opinion, and Elliot is ignoring Lucky, and I think that is suspect. That is sus, as the kids say. Like, why are you not listening to Lucky? All right. So, as you can see, I got a lot of screenshots to read. This is all right. This is from. This is still from probably today. Elliot saying, "Let the seller sell. We will build regardless. We have a huge liquidity pool. More funds for the SIF." Liam, I just thought this was a cool little nugget. He says, this was always going to be the stalling moment. Anyways, he talks about how much Safuu he has. So someone asks Elliot, what's the plan now? Elliot says the council will share their ideas when they are ready. We need to have a couple ideas to choose from first to present them at once. Hank says, I think I heard the first council meeting will be soon. Correct, Elliot? Elliot says, we held the introductory one yesterday. I have, blah, blah, blah. No one cares that you have a cold, Elliot. And seriously, we don't. We don't. He's being a pain. Maybe he's being a pain because he doesn't feel good. I know I'm not very nice when I don't feel good. So let's give him the B of the D, benefit of the doubt. All right. I'm being hard on Elliot. Elliot says, I don't realistically think a 2-cent price increase from the SIF will magically spark $1 million investment either, so the rate of the SIF transfer to the council doesn't matter. To be honest, once a month is enough anyway. We can focus on the things we don't like and complain about those things we want while blaming someone else and outsourcing responsibility. On the other hand, we can stop complaining and start doing something with what we currently have, and this is the approach I personally choose. More just Elliot being Elliot. All right. Chico Army Soldier writes, I've seen us use higher SIFs with the traditional method and it doesn't move the price much. I think it's a good idea to try some new methods and see if we can make it more effective. Cool. Kier says another argument is even if we use SIF now, post council, the SIF situation will not improve. Elliot responds to him, 100K is going to raise the price by 2 cents and is a complete waste of SIF. Celebration will last 3 minutes. And then, to further illustrate his his math on this, Elliot posts, for example, if we use all the funds of the SIF to buy back and burn Safuu, we would get an amazing pump of 2 cents. That's sarcasm, people. Leading to a 25-cent price that will not last long, making it a complete waste of money. We'll probably have to wait 6 to 8 weeks for the SIF to get back to that amount also. So he shows that the 96,000 we would have after Brian takes his 27% would be 371,000 Safuu that we would burn. So Kier is saying we could have a quick poll for the ETH sacrifice, and see about using the SIF to get into the Ethereum extravaganza. I don't know how many more days we have of the Ethereum extravaganza, but it seems like we don't have that many more days of it. Let me see. I can actually check. I can check how many more days we have. App.Vulcan blockchain.com. Okay. So how many more days we got of this? It doesn't say. It does not say. Yeah. Maybe someone should tell Uxie Labs to put like a finishing date on this. We're up to 426,000 though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So, someone was giving Elliot a hard time today. His name, he goes by Vix70. He said, since you became the chairman, we are going down day by day. Ain't you seeing it? And Kier responds to Vix. He says, he has a point though. Even I feel things are getting delayed unnecessarily. We are losing momentum. I have been saying this from the beginning. We will lose the purpose. At least SIF could have been used till we decide on next steps. Chico Army Soldier says, Lucky's ideas are brilliant to me. I'd like to hear Dio's opinion on those ideas to offer any unseen perspective. Elliot says, we already had a council meeting face-to-face. Things are moving along. Don't worry. I know you something. Kier says, okay, yeah. I don't actually have what Elliot said. Maybe I do somewhere. Yes, I do, right here. So Elliot says, we already had a council meeting face-to-face. Things are moving along. Don't worry. I know you want a lot of things to be done and in the shortest time frame, but please realize that we only have $96,000 for everything at this point. Majority of the funds were collected during the time the whales exited. Someone asks Lucky Charms, why aren't you part of the council? Lucky Charms says, due to my career, I had to bow out. But if they want a strong advisor to support them in the direction and topics of the community, I'd be more than happy to act as an advisor to the council and a voice for the community. Lucky Charms further writes, this is my dream of Safuu for all, to have a project that self-burns with even zero volume and all members see the rewards blossoming with high rates of return due to low supply and extreme passive income supporting the community as a whole. These streams of revenue we make today will be waterfalls of passive income that all you have to do then as a holder is hold and watch supply burn and price rise. That is my dream for everyone in Safuu. Let's make it happen. Yeah, buddy. Lucky just getting everybody all hyped up. All right, that was it for today. That was it for today. So I'm going to read you guys some stuff from yesterday because I didn't get to make my video yesterday, and we're already at 29 minutes. Is anybody still watching? I don't know. But I'll keep talking anyways because I want to get this stuff out there. It's all on my Twitter if you want to see it on my Twitter, but I'm reading it all to you guys. Lucky Charms giving us some information about Vulcan. He says, on a change of topics, investments only now and more positive. The tokenomics are designed now to make everyone who bought pre-sale, which is everyone invested right now in Vulcan, a lot of money. We are starting a blockchain with low supply that burns tokens and a $9 starting value. With plenty of utility coming, the price will explode. As for nodes, I know a lot has changed on it, but it goes back to the simple math. If a full node is giving you 10,000 coins a day at $9 a coin and becoming worth less over time due to a large supply, or a full node giving you 10 a day, let's say $90 a coin and going up in value long term, this will bear more fruit for a long time. You won't get just pump and done. Now you get true passive income that could appreciate past $900, past $1,300, etc. because it's designed to go up in value, not down. So it goes to the old saying, less is more. Also another old saying, the man who eats all the apples from the tree will soon have hunger. The man who plants more trees will never have to feel hungry again. The way Brian, I'm getting a phone call, hopefully that's not affecting my video. The way Brian has the tokenomics for nodes and the coins are designed harmoniously now in tandem, where you will see passive income bearing fruitful rewards for a long time. So he's just saying that the way that Vulcan is designed now is ingenious, and I agree. Everybody's been talking about what Plan B has said. I don't care to go over it again. Everybody's been talking about it. I might not read too much of what was yesterday because it wasn't terribly interesting. Let me see. Prado and Lucky Charms were talking. So Prado says the bull run may have started on Saturday. If it didn't actually start, it most certainly will at the start of the blockchain or just after. Either way, we are in prime position. That's pretty sweet for Vulcan. So this has switched into talking about Vulcan now, just so you know. So Lucky Charms responding to Daniel Prado. He says, amen, bro, you're spot on. It did start. Me and Confirmant have been talking about it for a bit now. You hungry, big boy? Me and Confirmant have been talking about it for a bit now. It didn't have any indications of a bull trap. Sometimes people just get skittish when they think something is too good to be true, and they are then late to the party. LOL. Lucky Charms writes, this is purely good news. Waves of Bitcoin and inflation coming down around the world, predicting February is the turnaround. This is Lucky Charms continuing to talk about like the bull run that's potentially already started. He says expansion would be right around now. Some bought at the bottom out, but anytime right now is good. Even if you throw a few hundred or a few thousand, you're golden. Not financial advice, of course, but blue chips like Bitcoin and ETH, Solana, even are perfect right now, even XRP and Polygon. I am in BNB myself. So someone's saying top of next bull run will be 150 to 180. Gonna snap this. Okay, that's I think he's talking about Bitcoin. Lucky Charm says, amen, my friend. People who haven't been in crypto a long time have no idea what's coming. They just listen to TikTok snippets and YouTubers, most whom want you late to the party and say bull trap on everything so they can buy more. Laugh my ass off. There are quite a few new YouTubers and they are honest, but unless you've been through a few halving events, most don't understand the time before the event window is expanding. All right. So someone writes, it's just the get rich quick scheme. In my opinion, people won't see that example. Ethereum didn't get to almost 5,000 in, they're probably saying in like the first year. Lucky Charms writes back to that person, one thing I keep repeating too is Vulcan is starting at $9. We aren't coming from pennies and having to pave a road in DeFi. We literally just have to build over layer 1 ecosystem and allow the paved roads, the bridges to connect to us. Plus with a bull run in the mix and turnaround economic boom, the sky is truly the limit. The way the team has the blockchain launching and set up, even small volume will move mountains in value for us. Investors cashing out as small potatoes to a blockchain. People worried about pullbacks or price dips are most likely only used to investing in meme tokens. Blockchains simply do not react like that. Their main sources of revenue are new projects launching, bridges, transaction fees. So buying, selling, swapping, transferring, you name it, helps boost money for the ecosystem. It's a totally different ballgame. Hell yeah. Lucky Charms goes on to write, yes, the global market and central banks are loosening up their grips, trying to get people engaged in spending again to bring down costs of everything. I'm sure the winds are finally blowing in the right direction. Been loading up on the blue chips while we wait for this launch. Also been investing in tokens like Kiwi while we wait. Lots of good stuff to come. I invested in Kiwi as well, just a little bit. Let's see. This is also stuff I have not read to you guys yet. Legendary Other Nathan responding to someone asking when will the SIF be used. He says council will have a meeting, come up with some ideas already have, and bring those to the community to vote on. In 2 weeks, guys. In 2 weeks. Remember the saying, when others are fearful, be greedy, and when others are greedy, be fearful. Yeah, that's where I stand. That's Garfield saying that. All right, Legendary Other Nathan says we are discussing things to bring real utility to Safuu. Legendary Other Nathan says, I don't know who he's talking to, but he says we are waiting on Vulcan launch, and Vulcanite writes, what are we waiting for? The only thing I thought was the bridge and fire pit that would float this thing. Fire? I don't know. Legendary Other Nathan responds to him, laugh out loud, I can't discuss yet, but there are ideas going. No one is waiting on Vulcan. Okay. Brian's waiting on Vulcan, it seems. That's why he's delaying us. In my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't have any proof of it. Let's see some other stuff. Someone says Safuu's dead. Legendary Other Nathan says Safuu is not dead. Oh, good, he ate his food. Good, good, good. All right. Did you guys know the Legendary Other Nathan is only 35 and he's retired? Actually, he's 38 now, but he retired when he was 35. And did you guys also know that I hate him? All right. Medi B, who's about to drop an album, per what Prado says, said, exactly, it's like you want to make an e-commerce business, but you don't know yet what you want to sell. Should you put first all your energy and money in a website with nothing to put inside? Legendary Other Nathan writes, exactly. Okay. And then someone got mad at me about that joke that Safuu was going to 100x in a month. It was a joke. It was a joke. Alright, guys. I think that's all I got for you. I kind of went back and forth between Safuu and Vulcan there at the end. But that is all I've got for you. 37 minutes. This is my longest video ever. And if anybody has watched to the end, thank you. Thank you. If you guys could like, comment, subscribe, I really appreciate it. And I'm just checking my checking Discord again, just to see if anybody's saying anything interesting. I'm bringing you guys the latest. Nobody's sending you $1 for BNB, buddy. Okay, I don't see anything happening. You know, I never check Prado's Discord. I never ever check Prado's Discord. I probably should, because there's probably some interesting stuff going on in there. Alright guys, I've been talking long enough, so thank you for watching, and none of this is financial advice. I'm just giving you guys the news. Thank you for watching, and I will try to bring you guys another one tomorrow.